Hey, what's good? West Coast
here.
Wednesday. What's up? Girl Chat Sports with Mo and Mel. We are in the house. We know it's right in the middle of game one for Minnesota and Dallas, and we are also tapping in on our devices. You just can't see my iPad down here, and Mo got our TV and whatever going on. So we're going to keep it short. It's going to be a quick show, about 30 minutes, so stick with us. We got some fun stuff to talk about. We got to talk about the Aces, of course. We got to talk about these playoffs that we're in the middle of. And we've got a lot of girl power that's pretty spectacular and some hot topics. That first hot topic being, we've finally been told when the NBA on TNT will finally be done. And we will have them for one more season through 2024-25. And then it's a wrap.
Man, so sad.
It's incredibly sad. Like, I mean, granted, we were around when it was NBA on the NBA on NBC. We've been around for all the, we've been around. But this crew right here, I mean, how many years has it been? And it's just like,
it's been over a decade, so it's been like a staple, and a lot of people grew up on them. So yeah,
like, what are we gonna do? I don't know. It seems unfair. It seems, just.
Like it's they whatever. Say, all good things come to an end at times. So,
definitely come to the end, which it sucks, but what can you do, right?
Right, exactly right. So we can roll with it. They all have their individual podcasts. They all kind of parlay and do some different things, but to see them all together on one platform with their commentary is just amazing, and their chemistry for over the years and everything. It's just been kind of one of those things you look forward to. You look forward to watching them at the halftime. You look forward to watching them post-game, pre-game. You just look forward to it,
All of it. You look forward to everything.
It's going to be sucky, They have monumental moments on that show, and it's just, it's sad. You want to, oh, God, my boys.
I know.
We'll see what the future holds on that, so, man.
Well, and then because we're going to miss times like these, like when you saw... the interview when the Timberwolves won Game 7, and he was having and it was just having a conversation with Chuck, and was like, "Bring your ass." And next thing you know, there was a bringyourass.com, which was dealing with the Minnesota tourism channel. They got a whole state of Minnesota proclamation where it spells out "bring your ass" on it. Like, there's things like this, and then Chuck shows up to Minnesota today wearing a bring your ass hat. Like, come on. These are
catchphrases work, and it works for a place like Minnesota, because who's going to Minnesota? They said they had never been. He's like, I've never been to Minnesota. It's like,
which is wild that he's never been. It's crazy. My homegirl just moved there last year. I know she's probably at this game, so I'm excited for her. I mean, it's wild times, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to miss those guys, and it'll be interesting to see who they get on NBC. Will any of these guys transfer over? We already know Ernie's not going anywhere, but will anybody else jump ship? Who are we going to see instead? We're going to see more of maybe the Jamal Crawfords, other people we've seen on the TNT show that have subbed in. Well,
maybe
Candace be over there.
Maybe it'll be, Carmelo. Maybe it'll be a whole different cast of characters that we can see and get into. But yeah, it's sad either way.
Very
really
sad.
Is, so.
Very sad.
It's like I don't even want to talk about it because it's so sad. It's like, oh.
I know. Like, I don't know what else to do in my life.
Yeah. Like,
what's up to Kev? Hey, Jersey the King in the house. Appreciate you. I do want to say, so we got to talk about the Aces. We're going to get to the big story that's happened, but we got to talk about them. And before I do, I just had one of our friends, Mr. Michael Dixon, swing by and drop off.
Oh, the mock banner. You got one.
Yay. Cool. So,
Very cool.
Mr. Dixon came through on that, and I appreciate it.
Okay, Mr. Dixon, where's my banner? Like, I'm tight now. You get one to Mel, but you can't get one to me?
Well, because, I hit him because I saw him post some stuff, and I was like, you at the game? I need a banner like today.
Yeah, my family didn't even show up to the game last night. None of them went to the game. I have no banner coming to me.
Are you serious?
None. No.
And then I saw today on the Aces page, Aces fan page, they already had a whole thread for resale or swapping items. I was like, dang. But what's crazy is that I could see if you weren't there, but everybody got one. Like they put in the post, like there was so many, like everybody who comes to the game is getting one. So
yeah, I believe it. It's like the line being a mile long for the Shohei Ohtani bobbleheads and people selling them the next day online.
Well, I didn't
realize, what it is.
Because I still got Chelsea here, but I didn't realize they had a KP one. I never got a Kelsey Plum bobblehead. Now
you can buy
them.
I'm tight. I've seen them.
I'm
They're
tight about it. I'm super tight about the situation.
I mean, you can get one though. It's not hard to get. Like I feel like I can get a banner too. Thanks, Mike. It'll be on my to-do list.
Which reminds me, I got your Finn jersey in my car. So next time I ever see you,
I like the Finn jersey. I appreciate
it's that. Right there.
I was trying to work on I like the mock banners, but none of them went. Like they were like, I was like, Mark,
I got to have both. When I get my little sports room together, I'm going to put both of them up. So that's what I got. Kevin says he got an exclusive Jackie Young interview last night. That's dope.
Oh, good. Awesome. That'd be
Hey,
great.
Kev said he also needs a banner. You was at the game yesterday, yo.
He was busy working and getting that Jackie Young
slipping on your pimpin'.
He was getting that Jackie Young interview. He was trying to get that popping.
I hear you. I get it. So, of course, big viewership news again. You got the 1.71 million viewers that showed up for the Fever versus Liberty most viewed WNBA game on ABC ever. Then you had our Aces versus Sparks game, which peaked at 1.55, 134 million viewers, third most viewed at WNBA game on ABC. The numbers are rising. The numbers are there. And it wasn't just Cece there for the Aces and the Clark and the Sparks game. So give credit to our Vegas Aces for sure. We do need to talk about the 100. Let me play the little video here so everybody can see it. It's about a minute long, so just bear with us. But here's the video in question in regards to the Aces getting their $100,000 sponsorships per the Las Vegas Convention Authority. Convention and Visitors Authority. Yeah. Having a slip of the finger tonight. Here we go.
We want to do something that is new, something I don't think anybody's ever done before. And we want to recognize you individually. We want to put some money in your pockets. So we've got an offer for you. We think it's a great offer for us. We think it's a great offer for us. We hope you think it's a great offer for you. But we would like to offer each of you individually a sponsorship for this year in the amount of $100,000. The offer is really simple. We want you to just play. We want you to keep repping Las Vegas. And if you go to three-peat, that'll be icing on the cake. So that's it.
One other thing, I just want to let you guys know, we have talked to every one of your agents.
Yeah, proud of you.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so I think some people, what had happened is that now, right immediately after that was done, the next day on Saturday when the Aces were taking on the Sparks, they had a WNBA announced they were doing an investigation in regards to the players being able to be paid that much or sponsored for that much. I think there was some issues with the terminology and maybe that video. The video itself had started off by saying, we just want you to play, rep the city, win another championship. But there is some fine print that wasn't mentioned in the video. Players are required to do promotional work for the city, which is mutually agreed upon by both of the parties. And then on behalf of Las Vegas LVCVA, they also get to use the name, image, and likeness, of course, of those Aces players too. So that's it. But from what people shout out to Alan Snell, our guy over with a lot of LV Sports Biz. He always handles the business parts of these things. I read his article he had on it. The $1.2 million that's total that the Aces will be played. The 12 players individually for $100,000 will be paid for the entirety of this season as well as 2025. It's just part of their annual tourism agency budget. So they're paying out money like this all the time. They just paid $5 million for WrestleMania for next year. They pay over a million for the summer league for NBA. So some of these things are just normal. It's just not normal for everywhere else. You might not see this in Minnesota. You might not see this in Connecticut. But how about those cities step up? How about their tourism boards step up? Like you can't.
First of all, let's just dissect this and let it be clearly known, because a lot of locals were tapping in. This does not go to our local tax dollars. This is all tourism. It's all from the resort fees, all from entertainment fees. All of this is the money that the Las Vegas Visitors and Convention Center Authority attain. So this money has nothing to do with us and our tax dollars, because I was hearing a lot of commentary about that. And that is a falsehood. That is nothing, has nothing to do with us. This is all promotion of the city. And I'm going to break it down to you. Cap space and what people's base salaries are for the year of 2024 season. Yes, Kelsey's 200,000, Asia's 200,000, Chelsea Gray is 196,000, Jackie Young is 169,000. But when you get lower and lower, like Alicia Clark, 110, 100, fair. But it's 50-50 for both years, you're saying. But when you get to someone like Kate Martin, who's just starting out, this is $67,000 salary. That is a great bonus for her. It's a bonus for all the women. So
all of them.
For them,
you've got Kirsten. 6 of the players on that team make less than $100K a year.
Yeah,
and that 100,000 is for
76,000.
each year. They get 100,000 each year for this year and next year. So
right. Oh, they get 100,000 each for this year and next year. So it's not 100,000.
Yes, it's basically been guaranteed for this year and next season. So if they're not on the squad, no. So the only issue I could see is that it may pose a problem for like free agency or whatever, because maybe players want to come to Las Vegas as next year when they need a squad, because they know they can make that money or they could get that sponsorship as part of the team.
Well, you may have some players that aren't, and I'm sure in the clause, because we don't know the fine print of the contract, it probably forfeits over to the next player that comes in. Either way, if you're an Aces player, you're going to get this bonus.
Right. I meant when the off season happens and they have free agency and they're trading or dealing or acquiring, that's maybe when it could pose some kind of but I'm sure everyone wants to play for the Aces anyways. This has been a 2-time champion team going on for 3. How could you not want to be here? But that's neither here nor there. So it's under investigation. We have yet to hear anything on it. But of course, the Aces were under investigation last year with the Derek Hamby matter.
Well, they're going to be under investigation because this is new. And this is something that's this is
something that's never the president there mentioned, is that something that's never been done before. And hey,
it hasn't. Yeah.
NILs never were done before, but that still happened and that's still going. So,
and I feel like this will happen too. But again, because it's a fresh, it's a new thing. We're in 27 seasons of WNBA. Like all of this is all new, and they're just trying to run everything with a fine-tooth comb and not scream shenanigans if another team pops up doing this kind of stuff. So
it will. I think a couple of players like Asia and somebody else both had mentioned, you want the game to grow and you want the women to get more exposure and more money. And this is one way it's happening. Why are you trying to block it now? Why are you trying to investigate it now? Finally a city stepping up to do it, and now it's becoming a problem. So.
Well, hopefully it'll be a quick resolution, and hopefully that they will understand that this is well-deserved and this is what it means. But they probably didn't consult with WNBA. First of all, that's probably the pettiness behavior, why they're being investigated.
Well, secondly, the thing is that it wasn't done through the Aces. The LVCVA reached out to each individual player's agent, like any other sponsorship or endorsement deal would happen, and that's how they did the deal. It didn't go through the Aces organization, so that way it has no bearings on that issue. Unless basically the WNBA CBA would have to be rewritten around these kind of situations, because as of right now, it's not really.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you didn't consult the powers that be that have them on their corporate umbrella, if the agencies say, let me reach out to WNBA and see if this is something that's allowed or something that's legally done. Doesn't seem like a problem, but let's just see.
But if it's not in the CBA, then why would they want to do it anyway? If they're not legally bound to do it, then hey, my thing is, I feel like this isn't something they just threw out there and was like, yeah, let's just do it real quick on a whim, and not researching it or not trying to figure out the fine print or what is legal or not legal. I'm sure LVCVA has, a great set of a legal team that can figure that out as well. But it sounds like it, I think it was today, Mark Davis came out and mentioned how, he said that he believes the organization will be cleared amid the WNBA investigation. There's absolutely nothing done wrong. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, you can't. There's a lot of haters in the building. Let's just say that. There's a lot of.
And they're
There's a lot
working for
going
them,
on.
so they better just kind of buy the time and hope that it works out. I ain't gonna talk too much smack, but I think it is a little stupid and I think it's crazy that they have to do this. But with this blowing up in the hype of what it is,
Right.
I
Right.
guess you have to consult with the powers that be. Everybody has to have a say so. I
You
don't know.
definitely everybody.
Everybody has to
What's
have a
going
say
on
so, I
to
guess.
what's going
Hey,
on to Lisa
Lisa.
Diaz? Yes, betting in heels. Check her out.
Right.
I'm hoping my parlay can come. I hit one parlay yesterday. I hit a WNBA parlay. I was pretty proud of myself, but yeah, we'll see what happens today. Your dang Dodgers blew my parlay last night. Like,
Yeah, I don't know
come
why you
on.
messing with my team when you should be messing with your team anyway.
My game had already started, so I couldn't bet on it.
Couldn't bet on a middle inning or anything.
Well, I
After
don't
middle
ever
of
bet. I never bet in live games. I don't bet live games. It's just not,
Oh.
that's not my thing. Yeah. So,
Don't be
but
blaming
yeah.
my boys in blue. Don't be picking my team.
I mean, I had a 5-teamer and they couldn't beat the Diamondbacks. So I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with them, but they've been running pretty well. But you know, in preseason we didn't beat the Diamondbacks, so you should have asked me about that one. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I hit you up.
Yeah, don't
We
be betting on
got
my team no more.
you get so big time Saturday matchup on NBA TV. This is the Saturday 6 p.m. matchup against the Indiana Fever. I like how they have Aaliyah Boston there on the cover of the picture with her, the vets there. So we've got the Fever in the house on Saturday. This Saturday, it's also Memorial Day weekend. So if you're heading out that way, get there early. Do what you got to do.
Tickets are high. Tickets are $95
But that's down. They used to be 200 something.
Oh no, they're there too. I'm just talking about my section that's open, where some of the seats are open and available in the 100s. The ones that have the obscure view of the court, $98.
Dang. Okay. It's busy. So the Aces took an L yesterday to the Mercury, who we had played on our opener and beat. However, it was a struggle. The Aces came out and played yesterday. They were down for predominantly most of the game. I think at one point they were even down by like 12 or 15 points in that fourth quarter. We saw about 14 minutes from Kate Martin with 0 points and 2 rebounds. We saw 10 minutes from Megan Gustafson. She had 2 points. Sydney Colson was in for 5. My question is, I'm all for Kate Martin. I love her. I love her youth. I love her energy. I love her. I think I believe Becky Hammond said like she's strong and smart. She's a smart and she's a hoop smart. So, but why isn't it we're not seeing Fair in there yet? If you need shooters, you drafted shooters, put her in there for a minute. Let's see what happens, right? Like, but why not? Why can't we see her?
Same thing we go through when we had Kristen Bell sitting on the bench. Okay, she does not put rookies in. I don't know why. I don't know why she does her first year draftees like this, but that's what she does. And that's a question only Becky can answer because she did this, and we saw this with Kristen Bell. So we're seeing it again.
And it was addressed in, of course, Becky is real smooth with her.
Well, she's good at finessing the answers.
Yeah,
she's very good at her finesse. Her finesse is on point.
She said she's just waiting for the right time to play her, and I'm thinking like, why wasn't when we were down by X amount the right time? But yeah. Yes, Lisa says put her in. Yes.
I don't know. It's crazy to me. But this is
Kevin said she thinks Becky said that she feels she needs more growth in other areas. She said she can't start. Well, we don't need her to start.
We don't need her to start. We need her to come off the bench. We need her to be a relief to some of these point guards. If they're not hitting, you need to have them.
My thing is, you're never gonna get the opportunity unless you just get tossed in. So for what I'm taking from Becky is that she's waiting until they're up by 20, which we don't know if we'll ever see that this season.
We're not. So play her when you can rest your other point guards.
Give somebody a rest. Yeah,
give it a rest. Put her in. Get her a little season. Maybe she might not be good on offense, but damn it, she might be good on defense. Let her be the one to foul these fools and foul out. Whatever.
Take a foul for the team.
What we are lacking on this team is defense. We are not putting any defensive stops, and that game was horrible last night. You're being very kind.
There was no defense. There was
no defense. Deja, right?
Uh-huh.
Deja. I always want to say Deja, but it's Deja. fair, could be a defensive scrapper. She may not have to shoot. She may just be our defensive piece we need.
She could
But
just
y'all
be
not-
hitting
y'all not doing
threes.
it.
No one's gonna guard her because they don't know who they don't have no tape on her. So they might just be like, "Hey, we saw what she did in college." And I'm not saying that that's the end all be all, but this woman was out there hooping and shooting it like it was hot potatoes. Okay. However, Mo, I do think we need to give some credit to Miss Kia Stokes.
Oh yeah, she had
go-
a great game. She actually
went
put up
3 for
rebounds and had 8
4.
points.
She had 3 for 4 from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for it. She did that. She had some
She showed
rebounds.
up.
It was great.
She
Plum
showed
had
up.
27 points last night. That's the thing is like we do miss and I love seeing that everybody misses Chelsea, but in all of like the groups and the posts are like, we miss Gray. Well, guess what? We're not gonna have her for a while, so we gotta suck it up and put it together. Ain't no, oh well, Gray's gone. Oh,
If
we
we
miss Gray.
lose to the Fever this Saturday, I'm just saying.
First of
we
all,
danger.
at home, listen, we lost at home. We don't ever. I think we lost one game
First
at
of all,
home.
we don't
last
get a
season.
season opener where we have a streak of home games. Let's be clear, number one. So we need to take advantage
Four.
of that because
4 in a row.
We got 4 in a row. Let them lose on Saturday, and I'm knocking on wood that I hope and I pray that they don't, and I don't think they will. But there's going to be some serious issues and conversations needing to be happening if they lose to a Indiana Fever team. I will be very, very salty.
So yeah, Saturday, 6:00. We got Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark is in the house. I'm sure we're gonna have a bunch of Iowa fans with their Iowa gear on. I'm sure we'll get to see a little Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin exchange somewhere on court too, which will be nice. But it's gonna be interesting, and we'll see.
It's probably a crappy game, but I need these girls to show up on the defense, and I need if we have weapons to use.
I feel like they will. I feel like Becky probably gave them a whole new couple extra discussions after Tuesday's game. Nobody was thrilled with that performance, and I'm hoping Saturday that it's just like a blowout. I'm hoping for.
And I also think it's a mental thing too. I mean, they're going through this scandal with the sponsorship. They're going through of losing Chelsea Gray. I think, and then the hype of just overcoming, this big whirlwind win that they had of being champions, and so all that mental stuff does play a factor. And I feel like partially some of that with the scandal, not even a scandal, I won't call it, with the investigation of here we go again, could play into their mental psyche as well as why the performance was not up to the standard we're used to either. They got to get that stuff out of their head, get ready for Saturday, honey.
That part. We got to get ready for Saturday.
Sponsorship or no sponsorship, you always will represent Vegas. Let's just go.
That part. We do want to give some, of course, Caitlin Clark signed a multi-year deal endorsement with Wilson's basketball, which hadn't happened since Michael Jordan in the 80s. That took part. We also got Angel Reese out here, part owner of the DC Power Football Club, their FC team out in Maryland. She's excited for that. And here's just a little list of some of these active athletes that have team ownership stakes in professional teams. Notice anything here? We got 2 women. That's it. 2 women, but this is amazing. And I'm so proud of Angel for this, but you've got, Patrick Mahomes, LeBron James, Russell Wilson. Who else is there? Kevin Durant.
Harden. I didn't know Aaron Rodgers had stake in the Bucks. That's very interesting, but I guess that makes sense.
I guess when we're in, Green Bay so long, maybe it just happens.
And then Giannis with the Brewers and stuff like that.
It's very interesting. But you also need to get listen, Angel is making her rounds. She is playing, she is performing, she's graduating college. She's hooking up and meeting with all the different acts. She went to the Megan Thee Stallion concert, brought the team with her, had Gloria there. I know Lotto was there to see her play in Dallas. Like she gonna keep doing it out there.
She's on watch and she's playing very well. So again,
as she is.
On top of all that, she put up good numbers for her start of her rookie season. So yeah,
absolutely.
She's having time. She is living.
What's up, Heather? Thanks
for
chiming in. We appreciate you. We also need to say congratulations to Nika Jewell. So she is officially approved. She is in tonight's game. She is eligible to play tonight for the Storm. They're playing, I think, right now. Her visa got approved, but check out the shirt. This is the shirt she wore into the game today. She's there, visa approved. So
very it's official.
It's official. It's official. One last thing for WNBA news. Hey, listen, the Mystics, they're on to something. And I don't know who in the Aces we need to hit at.
I saw this come up on my ESPN thing, and I feel like I need to start going to Mystics games. But this is
listen, I'm so mad because I'm going to be out in
DC.
I'm going to be out in DC, but the Mystics aren't there while I'm there. And I'm pissed because for $105, fans can get a ticket on the lower bowl. They purchase a ticket package that includes a pregame brunch spread. It's a promotion that includes bottomless mimosas. There's like chicken and waffles, usual brunch stuff. 105 game, free bottomless mimosas. I mean,
they're on to something with that. They passed the vibe check with that one all day. I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. I was like, this is a perfect thing. I was like, they need to make this thing be a regular type of deal for all of the teams. I don't have to.
They said they've got 3 more games left of those.
Happen and be a vibe, okay? They passed the vibe check for real. They're so certified with this. When I saw that thing, I was like, really? Come on, that's what we do it. What we doing?
And my thing is, the Aces are selling those like first come first serve suites. But it's like 200. But it's $250. You're in the third level in a suite, but you're sharing with people you don't know. There's no free bottomless mimosas. We don't know how the food is. I think that first option to start doing it is this Saturday. I don't think it started till this Saturday. So we'll see what people say about the food after that. But
I mean, there's no alcohol involved. I mean, I can have food till my stomach pops with food, okay? You can only eat so much during a whole 4-quarter game. It's the drinks. You're not
bottomless mimosas. It's all about that.
On the lower level, like I see those VIP tables downstairs, but I don't see no endless mimosas or chicken and waffles on a bread. Man, listen.
I still don't quite get the tables at the Aces game. Like I get being front, I get the courtside seating. I just don't get the tables. Like, why do I need a table to watch a game?
I mean, if they're serving food and drinks and I don't want to put it on my lap and have a table,
but
that's fine.
Like they're serving, like you can go back a half or a waitress comes to you, but the same, I don't know. I always see, I'm like, that's a waste of space. Like that could be like 6 rows of seats instead of 2 rows of tables, but who am I to say anything?
I don't know, but I know they passed the vibe check in Washington. They knew what time it was. This is like one of the best draws to get attendance there. And this is what we talk about with marketing and promoting.
Right? Get that attendance up.
Networks, but to get your city involved, to come to a game, this is very enticing. They played that. That's very well played, by the way.
Very well played. It was really good. I hope that I get a chance to see that. I hope there'll be more.
I mean, I hope the chicken is good. Let's be clear. Like you can throw chicken and waffles out there, but this stuff got to be bomb too.
No,
so
it got to be good.
You got Cal out there. Let's check in, Cal. If you're watching or listening, when you go to these Mystics games, find out that chicken and waffle situation. Is the chicken good or are the waffles good? Like that's all I need to know. And that'll give me incentive to probably come.
I gotta hit Litzy with that. I gotta tell Litzy to go to one of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, and some other random news. You've got Ken Griffey Jr. is in the pace car this Sunday for the Indy 500. That's pretty dope. I look forward to. I'm not a big Indy fan, but I will watch the beginning of it to see Griffey hop in that pace car and get that first lap or two.
I'm not a big Indy person, but I was all for that Kyle Busch fight though.
Another good one, as if he couldn't get more and more fans to love him. Keon Coleman, the rookie this year drafted by the Bills. This is the guy who had like the puffy jackets on that was talking about, I got it at Macy's for $90. Asking about the cookies in the presser.
Great Q&A.
Well, there was a kid who wrote him a letter, made him friendship bracelets, and Keon wore them in his media day. Like, come on.
That's awesome.
That's so amazing. And also Pittsburgh Steelers will be hosting the 2026 NFL draft. The 2025 draft is already in at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, but the Steelers get on the clock for 2026. So there's that. Okay. Anything you want to say about the playoffs before we have I have a girl power instead. We've got our playoffs going on. Of course, we already saw Boston and Indiana last night.
Saw the collapse of Indiana at the end and going into overtime, but I think that's going to be a great series. My
with this shot right here.
Are they going to go 7? Are they going to do a 6? Or what's the prediction of that?
I don't know. It's why I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm not so keen on the Indiana or Celtics matchup. Like I really don't have a fight in that race. I've never been a Pacers fan though, so I can't say I
I'm
would
not a
be
Boston
rooting.
fan. Being a Laker fan,
Yeah,
we loathe Boston. So I'm for
right.
anybody that can take them out. I don't want to see the green parquet going into the finals.
I hear you. Well,
So
as a Bulls fan, I was never a Pacer. I could never root for the Pacers because that was always our arch
yeah,
rivals.
you're a stalemate.
So no. But I am all for these Timberwolves getting through and making it. It could be a good 6-7 games. I think it's going to be tough, as we're seeing here in the first game here. That it's a battle, but I just really like Minnesota.
I'm all for Minnesota because Lakers were originally in Minnesota. So all us Laker Nation are pulling for Minnesota. We love to see Anthony Edwards try to do something, but Rudy Gobert, he's got to do better. I don't know why he got depoy. I don't understand it. I just don't. And
yeah,
I need him to do better. But Naz Reid was Sixth Man of the Year, and they need to use him. Use him as a sixth man, okay? That Sunday game, that proved why Naz Reid is that guy. So I'm all for it, but I think these series are probably gonna go 7. I don't think anybody's sweeping. I don't think any of that. I think they're pretty much what and what.
I think it's a good matchup. It's great not to see those same 4 players / teams in the conference finals.
Well, I don't know about that because Boston's got 18 championships. If we're sitting on 18, they need to stay on 18.
But Boston, we ain't been seeing them really playing great. I mean, I don't know. It's like
they're always in
memorable.
the playoffs. And see, this is a call out to the Lakers organization. If you're going to have an original team like this be out there all the time, then we need to be up there all the time too.
I get it. I hear you. Well, we'll see what happens. I know the all teams were announced today. I didn't get a chance to write them down because they just got announced right before we started the show, but they did make those announcements.
Too, but I didn't
get they did make those. But I know, so I know there's a couple of hurt people in the league that were mad that didn't get on because this is the first time where they're not doing roster positions or whatever, I think it was. So it was kind of like interesting to see how that fell.
Dallas is up 91-89. 9 minutes left to go.
I got a few different, a few woman girl power moments. Big shout out to my girl Natalie who sent me this. So the Atlanta Falcons approved 4 new minority owners to the Atlanta Falcons, including Rashawn Williams, Rosalind Brewer, Dominique Dawes, and Will Packer. Of course, we all remember Dominique Dawes on those mats. So that's very dope. Listen, this may not seem like a girl power, but let me give it to Lizzie. Lizzie McGuire was the girl that got hit by a foul ball at the Blue Jays game. Look at the knot on her head she suffered. She even said that she stayed the entire game and still, hung out and supported the Blue Jays. She tweeted the Blue Jays. Blue Jays didn't say anything initially, but Topps, the players' cards that we all used to collect as a kid, Topps offered to make her a card. They made her a card with 115 copies. They gave it to her. She's going to be like auctioning them off. So she gets her own player's card. The Blue Jays reached back out to her. She gets to have a suite or some kind of, tickets. She got a signed ball by the guy who hit the foul ball. But listen, I'm not going to name names
to get that stuff. If she had left, I don't know what would have happened.
I'm not going to name names because there is somebody I know who got hit by a ball before. Not even like that, like a little toss of a ball, barely put any signs and left the game before it even started. So for her to be in there the entire game, hey, you would die hard. You would die hard. Go power to you. I also read an article today that I had to give a big shout out to. This is Donnie Brock, marketing design manager for the Seattle Seahawks. She previously interned for the Houston Rockets, did some freelance work for the Texans, been with the Seahawks for 2 years. She basically is the creative eyeball of the Seahawks. She does everything you see on their social media to the larger campaigns like training camp, schedule releases, Pro Bowl. She actually came up with their schedule release thing called the schedule verse, where they had all the different players had their own little comic book for their schedule release as to what teams they were playing. Schedule release be pretty major. So she was able to do all that, and she's just I don't know, dope. So big ups to Miss Donnie Brock with the Seattle Seahawks. I loved it. And so that's where we're at right now. You okay?
Yeah, I got choked up because it's a stupid game here. They're losing.
Okay. I got one last thing to say. The reason I have my shirt on today, I want to give a big shout out to my girlfriend, Tasha Dorschel. Me and Tasha have been friends since 10th grade when I decided to play softball on a whim. And the other day, she sent me this.
How are you, Melissa? This is Kendall Gill, former Seattle Supersonic. This cameo was booked by Tasha, and I understand that you guys go way back in Seattle, and that you guys are crazy about all sports teams in Seattle, and that you guys used to come to the Sonics games, and that Tasha actually had my jersey. I want to let you know that I really appreciate your support all throughout my days in Seattle and throughout my NBA career. I am hoping that one day Seattle gets a basketball team back, because they are some of the best fans in the NBA, and I really mean that. Some guys say it just to say it, but I really mean the fan support there was second to none as far as I'm concerned. You know, when I was going through my tenure there. So that being said, I really appreciate everything. I hope that your podcast out in Las Vegas now is doing really well. And thanks for the cameo. All right, Melissa, Tasha, take care.
When I tell you how much I used to stalk this man as a child,
Well, then we
Kendall
can't have him on
Gill.
the show. Because my next question is, when is he coming on the podcast to talk to us about college?
Well, you know, Cameo is that
Who
app
doesn't
now
like
where
Kendall Gill? Like, we love
you know,
Kendall Gill.
Cameo is that app now where you can like pay for people to like do 1-minute videos for your family or friends or whatever. So, but yeah, listen, if she's out, if she can find, if we can get up to Kendall, listen. But Kendall, I still have a sweat towel from one of the old practice scrimmages of Seattle when they did the green versus gold games. Nonetheless, that's it. That's our show. We love everybody that's been joined in. We appreciate you. We're going to type out a little early so we can enjoy with you the end of this Minnesota-Dallas game. But we'll be back next week. Make sure you tap in, share the feed, go to Fuel Sports Network.
Shout
you
out
can do
to
it on your
Fuel,
Roku
yeah.
apps. Do it on your Roku, your Amazon Prime, your Amazon Fire Stick. And then, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Girl Chat Sports.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Let's see it. And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
See ya.
Have a great Memorial Day weekend.